Ejala, Ujore, Ejala, Ujore, Ejala, Emamete,
Okay, thank you for that wonderful melodic song, inspirational. For those who don't know artists, I'm going to give you a translation, the link below. So please let's all welcome a very wonderful person to the interview, and we shall start with what is your name?
I'm called Simon Jackson. Most people refer me as the Kenny Rogers of TESO. There are those who call me the Don Williams of TESO, and then there are those who call me Cowboy.
Okay.
I got the name Cowboy because I used to work on radio, and I used to do a show dubbed the Country on the Board on TBS radio. That's in Soroti town. That's how I got the name Cowboy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like you've been in a music industry for quite a long time. How long have you been in the music industry?
From 26.
That's
20 something.
That's
20 years.
About 26 to it's about almost 20. 21 and 20 years.
Almost, yeah.
So basically you have a lot of experience, and at least you've understood the structure of music here, the system, and how it all works here. So what do you think about the music culture here?
Music culture in TESO, I'd say it's mixed depending on what people believe in, what artists believe in, and what the community also believes in. And I see it, it is, divided into different categories. There we have people going, I would say, doing like what the Western world is doing, the hip hop music and that kind of music, but they want kind of to imitate the West. And then there are those who are like, for us, we want to promote the indigenous, side of TESO. So we have those artists who are doing the local, the indigenous music, TESO Akebe, Konga TESO, those local, from the local community. And then we have people who are trying to do a music in their language, but doing it with the different beats, like the Western beats, but you're doing TESO in it. So we also have such categories. But I would say, if we were to categorize, I think the people who are doing like the modern music from outside TESO are more than those who are doing the real indigenous music from TESO here. Yeah. So you see, like Simon Jackson, I do TESO, but in the country version. Yeah, so that's what happens here. And when I generally the culture in TESO, I would say we're still growing in music. I think that's what I can say.
Okay, it looks like in TESO there's a very diverse culture of music. People bring in new genres and mixing up the genres. Some are using their language, using different different styles of music to bring together music here. So now, with all the diversity of artists coming together to provide an entertainment for their society, what are the usual prices paid per session?
When it comes to prices, the issue of building brands in the TESO music industry is still something that people are trying to learn. There are even artists who don't know about building their brand. So I think there is little knowledge on brand building, because the more you build your brand, the more you add value to it. And that's what has affected most artists. Some people don't even know the value of their brand. Some people even don't know their value. So it has affected most artists. But I would say we have all categories. And just because I've told you that the issue of branding is still something that is growing, I think most people take advantage of artists. Yeah, they're like, oh, you come, by the way, I have a function, that would be an opportunity for your music to get known. and yet actually you're indirectly exploiting the artist. So you realize that that artist maybe is given transport, 50,000, 100,000, in the name of you come to my function, more people are going to see you, and your music will grow. So some people have been taken in that advantage. But those who have understood their worth and their value, you realize that some are booked beyond 1 million to perform in a function. But the average, I would say average for more artists, the average might be around 300, 400, around there. Yeah. Then another important thing that I wanted to talk about is one, the bloggers or people who try to promote the music of artists maybe on media. They need also to go and learn more about music. Yeah, so that when you're promoting, when you're interviewing that artist, you should have that knowledge of them, technical knowledge. Not leave alone just the technical knowledge of music. You understand this artist, and then you interview them along that. Even when you post, you should know Simon Jackson. You should know where he's coming from, and you should post according to the level he is. The post you give for Simon Jackson should be different from a post you're giving a young artist. Sometimes we post big for a young artist who is just growing, and you forget that the artist will perceive it like he has climbed, I don't know how many steps on a ladder. So, and you will make him relax. So I think even those who promote the music should have that technical knowledge about music so that they know how to post, what to post, and when to post it. Then the other thing I will not forget is the managers. I've never had a manager myself. I've never had, because sometimes I try to define what will the manager come to do. Maybe I wouldn't really need a manager. Maybe I would need a sponsor. Because do you know you can manage an artist and you kill him? There is that. You will come that you're managing an artist and you instead kill him. Kill the music. I'm so sorry. You kill the music. That's what I am meaning. You kill the talent in that person. Because one, manager may not understand the music. Some managers don't even know music, like they just don't know. Then the technical ways of handling fame, the branding and everything, the manager may not know. So if people want to manage an artist, that should be, maybe let the manager be there, and then he gets, I'm now giving suggestion. Let the manager be there. If you're like, yes, I want to support this artist. Yeah, you take like being the manager, get people. One who will be managing the media. The other one will be managing the how to get shows and everything. And then you want how get one person who will manage like the abilities of that artist, the vocals, taking that person to train on vocals, that area of making that person sing professionally. Not just being a manager. When are you going to studio? Okay, come for the money. When are you? What are your plans? Okay, when are you going? This and this. There's a show where. Okay, let me send you transport. No, that's not the way. You as a manager fit into those shoes. It is very very not easy being a manager. Now get those people and be the one. You're the one to what? To facilitate them. This is trainer, vocal trainer. Tell this artist, I'm going to get for you a vocal trainer. I'm going to get someone who is in charge of your shows. I'm going to get someone who is in charge of training you on certain skills. Now you're talking about managing. But I've seen managers that is lacking. It is a good gesture for people to come and manage artists. I appreciate that. But I think they need to do more than that. That's when the artist, the music in the soul will change. Yeah, that is it. Because I understand my music. You, the manager, if you don't understand, you're going to force me to do a song in a way that you going out of my inspiration. Just like the way I play guitar for a certain song, it is touching me emotionally. So just the way I play, just the way I touch strings alone. So it needs someone who has that deep thinking about music. That's when the music can, the management of an artist can work out well. So those are the things that can change the music in TESO.
Wow, that is a very, very good way forward. If people can take it on, I think a lot can change.
Yeah, a lot can
with
change.
A very big percentage. So, what do you think are the benefits of music to the community? Because basically, according to what you've said, it's like people don't understand the benefit of music in community. So, what are some of the benefits of music to the community?
One, the benefit you will see anywhere, entertainment. You've seen people in the bars where they are dancing to the music. So it is entertainment, a stress killer. Music is a therapy. When you're stressed, you just listen to it. That's why these artists need to be there. That's the benefit of music. That's why I was telling you, artists should know what to sing. Leave alone love. Sing a song about how the person is stressed. Which song does that person need? You need that song. And now if you focus on one thing, then that. So entertainment, stress killer. Then number two, music changes mindset. I remember I was hired one time to sing a certain song on hygiene, and I sang it just because my voice made a brand. I made a name. When people heard me singing about hygiene, they believed in it, and not because they trusted it. The way they loved me, the way the music was influential, they took it, and the hygiene, the sanitation in that place improved. So it changes mindset. People believe in this artist that when Simon Jackson sings this song, then he means it. Maybe so. Some people are like, did you pass my home? Because there's a line in your song, it looks like you have ever passed my home. So it changes mindset. Music is also an attraction, a tourist attraction. That's why I was encouraging artists to sing the indigenous music here, because there are those who will come and want to listen to Akembe in TESO, the way we play Akembe, the way we play Akonga Tesot, the way we do Ajosi. So it is a tourist attraction for TESO. Then the other thing I will talk about, music is a career. People do music to get money. Hey, you would say it is business. The artists here were hired to go for those functions. And at the end of the day, it's a transaction. I come and sing 3 songs, you're paying me 800,000. When I make it 5, you're giving me 1.5. So it's for earning a living. You see that music like that. And then music unites. It's a way of uniting. I remember some time back they were telling people, let's sing about peace. And artists were mobilized and they were singing about peace. And you see, there's a way music unites. People meet in a bar. People meet in a function. People meet I have heard of silent disco. People go there, people come together, and they have fun. So music does a lot for the community. For artists, to be supported, you see how music removes these issues of work. Because just imagine those who are talented in, they will leave the street. They will have their money to live. So a lot of musicians maybe are among those works, and if they were supported, they will leave those teams of walks and streetwear, and they just went into music. So it removes certain elements that would go rowdy and bring them to empower them economically, and they will not have a living from it. So that is a power of music. Music is a healer. You listen to music and you're okay. Music is a spiritually empowers you. I've had people telling me your song, this one, when I listen to it, I find myself in tears and all the pain is gone. So it's the power of music. So that is how music works. It unites, it empowers. Yeah.
Whoa, that was a very nice interview. Thanks.
If I forget, music, for lack of a better word, it sustains the cultural heritage. All what about TESO, when you listen to Achole, a lot of their history is embedded in their music. Even TESO here, a lot of our history is embedded in our music. When you listen to that song of Today, those guys who used to sing Akon, when you listen, you're like, oh, so this is how TESO was by them. So it is embedded there. So that's how about music is.
Whoa, that was the conclusion was a very big one, because I've been thinking of how history and culture can come together and be kept, and surprisingly it's now in music. So thanks for the exposure, thanks for advice the artists, thanks for sharing the love, and thanks for loving the culture and everything.
I'm gonna worship you with all my heart. I'm gonna worship you with all my strength. Cause you're my purpose, Lord. I'll fix my eyes on you in every situation, oh Lord. I'll make you mine. I'll make you mine. I'll make you mine.
Okay, that was beautiful. It's always beautiful. Okay, so we were moving to the next question, which is a very big waiting for most people. People want to know the challenges that artists are really going through. So, Mr. Simon Jackson, what challenges are these artists facing here in TESO?
Wow. Challenges, I think as I give them to you, they will be categorized challenges by the artists themselves, and then challenges surrounding the artists.
Okay.
I'll begin with the TESO itself. How does TESO view music? To me, when I look at TESO is very good in emotional, encouragement, building. They are really good. It is a place where people will give you courage. People will really give you that morale, emotionally and spiritually. There is that support. That one I give TESO a tick. And the challenges are embedded in, first of all, the way TESO is. You see, TESO has had its own challenges. And you see the way TESO has been from those, small wars, conflicts, still has an effect on the economic growth of the land. And much as it affects other sectors, the music also has to be inclusive there, because it is part of the TESO growth. So appreciating that fact where TESO is coming from, you realize that we are still economically, down. And when it comes to music, definitely music requires financial support alongside that emotional support. And that's one thing that is affecting music in TESO. The poverty levels in TESO affect the way TESO would support artists. Yeah, because of the poverty levels. some people find it hard even to survive, and then they feel like supporting this artist, and then that they're affected in that way. But that's why the emotional support is more strong, is more seen. But also, I wouldn't say all people are being affected. There are those definitely who are doing well, who are really working out life and everything is okay on their side. I would say much as there is that, the poverty level are still like pulling TESO behind. I would also point out that there is also, I think, that element of uh, TESO people have now gone to hide in the the situation that TESO has been, and they have gone to hide in there. They're like, TESO is like this, and they're not jumping out of that, zone to come and support artists. So there is that hiding in, sometimes you can be doing well, like things can be affecting, and even you're part of maybe that situation, but for you okay, but you also go and hide, things are really bad, things are really bad, yet for you things are okay. So I think the majority of those who would really support these artists have also gone to hide in those underlying challenges that seem to be in TESO. So I would say TESO is not supporting artists. There's that element of TESO not supporting artists. They do the emotional support, they do the spiritual support, but when it comes to physical, like uh, financial support, maybe an example, you pick an artist who has talent and say, I'm going to support you in the album in studio. It's not there. If it is there, then it should be around maybe 2% of. There are people who are helping, but that the percentage, if you check the percentage, it's really very low. So poverty levels is affecting. And then two, what I've told you is that the leaders and the people in TESO have not come out to support artists physically, and that's what is letting artists down. Then the third thing that is affecting artists is also most artists don't understand the music market. They are just coming because Simon Jackson has sang solo on here and it is a hit everywhere. And they're like, oh, I think this is good, I should also go and try. So they come into the industry and then don't have the technical knowledge about the music. Maybe they don't even have talent. And that's the other thing. Okay, that one is different. There are those who come into the music with talent, but they don't have the technical know-how about the music. And then there are those who actually come to the music industry without talent. So that is another thing. People just come and like, let me go and try. And I always tell them that music is not for failures. Music is a profession. So those two challenges, coming to music and you don't know the technical areas of music, and then coming to music when you don't have talent, definitely that is one challenge that will affect the music industry. The other challenge we have in the music industry in TESO is everything has been commercialized. Yeah, wherever you go, talk about media, everywhere you go, everything is commercialized. You do me, I do you. And I was talking to some media personality one time that the things of commercialization is going to affect the quality assurance, because my song may not be doing well, but because I've given you 100k, you're definitely going to play it, because you have to be accountable to me. I will tell you that I'm going to listen to your show, and when you're in the show, I'm like, hey, man, you've not played my song. So I'll be giving you that pressure, meaning you're going to compromise with the quality of the radio station. Because I've worked in the media, and normally a presenter doesn't control the music. There is a music scheduler, and you just sit there but the music is already programmed. So if radios have gone to that compromise whereby presenters play the songs, they are going to play songs that have been paid for. This guy has a talent but cannot pay the presenter, and you realize that the commercialization definitely affects the artist there. So, and then another factor that's affecting music is what I told you at the branding. Yeah, some artists don't know their value. They don't know how to put the value in themselves. Some of them just do a song, and when it hits, they're like, yeah, we are there. So they forget that we need to build myself, build my brand like that. So I think there's that little knowledge on how to build your brand. That is one thing. And then the other thing is media sometimes misleads artists. So not that they are doing it wrongly. For them, they do their part. But on the artists, they take it for granted, and then they are misled. It is them, in fact, who mislead themselves with what media is doing. Because for them, they will hype you. Everywhere you find yourself, on TikTok, you're there, your song is there, so Facebook, you're there, YouTube, you're there. So now for you as an artist, instead of giving it more like hard work, you forget that, oh, I'm hitting everywhere. I'm now a king. And you forget that you need to work. Sometimes the hyping, by the way, when you go and do reality check, you will realize that actually the hype is at 80, but your song actually, when you do reality check, it's at 31%. So there is that. If artists don't understand that, it has affected many, and many have fallen off because the hype one day will stop. And it is your reality to keep taking you. So artists should understand that hype and your reality have to be proportional. Because if the hype everywhere is talking about you, and then when you go to reality check, things what are not doing you. I remember one time uh, there was an artist. His song was famous. People loved him so much. They had never met him physically. They had never heard him sing like real life. So there was a live show, a live event somewhere in Kampala, and then this guy was given a mic that they first do it live. Hey, the voice went to the other side. The instrumental went this side. You know, studios do us favor. You sing here on the microphone, they tell you to sing even. Sometimes here, the artists, we tell them to sing even 15 times for you to get the best voice. Where will you be given 15 times to try out in the live show?
When you're live.
Yes, it can't happen. So you realize that this artist got embarrassed, and he embarrassed his fans also who went there for him, because they tell him try it, and the voice was the other side, the other way. So that is one thing. Some artists may hide in studio, hide what producer helping you on your voice, and then when you come live like this, and people are like, is he the one? So that is one challenge that is affecting artists. You give the studio much work to do for you 80, and you're doing 20. Tomorrow you'll be required to do the 80 when the studio is not there. And there you'll lose funds, and people will no longer trust in you. They will say to do things plastic. So that is one thing I wanted to talk about. Then the other challenge that is affecting artists, I don't know whether I talked about arriving. Some artists will do one song hit, second song hit. They are untouchable. They are the ones now advising us, the Simon Jacksons. The music has changed. Things that we used to do those days no longer work these days. You know, we are the ones first of all there. So handling fame is one thing. that is affecting artists. I myself, have fame has tried to give me pride, but I've not allowed it because I know the journey in music. It is very hard to, to sustain it. That is one role as an artist you need to do to sustain the journey in music. I started music in 2006 and I'm still around. And in my head, I always ask myself, how do I sustain this? And I was joking one day, someone was like, hey, if you don't have escorts, you don't have bouncers. And then I'm asking myself, but when I am always having my normal life, like lunch, where I go to eat, I don't use bouncers. So why would I use them? Because I can't manage it. I can't really manage having escorts all my life. I love living the humble life I am, and I love drawing a line between me and the music. Music will do its work. When I do a song today, it's going to get popular, get famous. But I have to draw a line between the music and me, the Simon. It is a Simon, the Simon, the original Simon people know. And that Simon, like the natural Simon. And then there is that Simon, the artist. So I have to define very well that this is the artist and then this is the Simon. So should I give the artist bodyguards and then this is Simon who is the real, I don't give bodyguards or what? So sometimes I just say no, let me just live my life as simple as it is. So handling fame sometimes affects artists, whereby they go and chop a bigger bread that they may not be able to chew, and then later, and it just lands them in problems. The other challenge TESO here, I would say, there's the issue of copycat. Because this guy is famous in Nigeria. This is this famous artist in Nigeria. You know, when sometimes you want to mention him.
Yeah, there are quite so many. Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy.
There's this guy called the Burna Boy in Nigeria. His music trends. So now someone just will be like, oh, I also want to trend like that guy. I'm going to get his song and manipulate around and also do a song out of it. That kind of music definitely has time to do. And then leaders. For music to be good in TESO, leaders come out, support this artist. Don't remember them during campaigns only. Because we've seen this happening. During campaigns, leaders come. Oh, do for me a song. After, it disappears. So I think that also needs to be changed and let leaders come out, support artists all year round. In fact, let people come out and support musicians. Don't just praise them and then just praises alone without actions. It won't help. That's the best way we can change the music in TESO. And then, of course, the other thing is the best way music can be changed is through, if we had seminars, it can be a workshop, it can be a seminar, whereby these artists need to be talked to. Because sometimes me as a person who has done music, you would feel like you want to talk to the artists. Like they are really going wrong this way. But the artist that you may want to talk to knows more better than you. So it needs to have that umbrella whereby artists come and also learn. They need to be talked to. If it is not someone from within to talk to them, someone can come from outside, talk to them about music. Because we're just doing music. And some people are just doing music. You just go to the football pitch and start playing.
You don't know the rules.
You don't know the rules. Everyone has their own rules. If that's what is affecting the TESO music. And then there's something I didn't want to forget about. What was that? That if the music of TESO has to grow, maybe I'll remember it along the way. I'm so lonely and I can't try anymore. The life I'm living is never satisfying, and there's more to the future. I don't have to wait. I'll take the only answer, and that is my hand. I'm so lonely, and I can't try anymore. The life is never satisfying, and there's more to the future. I don't have to wait. I'll take the only answer, and that is my God.
That's nice.